In recent weeks, something has been happening in the technological circles of Silicon Valley that is increasingly being called the beginning of a new era. And, according to sources from several major publications, including Bloomberg and the Wall Street Journal, Google is preparing for what could become the most high-profile announcement in decades. This is not just about a new version of artificial intelligence or an update to existing models, but about a full physical embodiment of AI, a humanoid robot built on the basis of their flagship system, Gemini. Essentially, the company is for the first time planning to combine its most advanced intelligence with a body that is as close as possible to a human one. And if insiders are to be believed, this project within Google has already received priority status and is being overseen directly by top management. Sources claim that the company has long come to the conclusion that the artificial intelligence market is rapidly moving beyond the boundaries of smartphone and computer screens. It is no longer enough to simply have the best chatbot or voice assistant, because competition with systems such as ChatGPT and solutions from xAI is becoming increasingly aggressive. And although many experts indeed believe that current versions of Gemini demonstrate outstanding results in a number of tasks, including data analysis, programming, and logical reasoning, inside Google they understand that the next step is to bring intelligence into the physical world. Not just to answer questions, but to interact, to be present, to replace humans in real social and professional scenarios. According to sources, the new robot will not resemble the typical developments in the industry, where the emphasis is placed on physical strength or heavy labor, unlike humanoids created by Tesla or Boston Dynamics, which are focused on logistics, manufacturing, or physical tasks. Google is allegedly betting on a completely different niche: cognitive. This robot is not being created to lift loads or work in a factory, but to think, analyze, consult, and make decisions faster and more accurately than a human. In essence, this is about creating an intelligent agent with a body that could replace knowledge workers. It is precisely this direction that is now causing the greatest concern among analysts. If previously automation primarily threatened physical professions such as factory workers or drivers, the new class of robots may directly compete with office employees, consultants, managers, lawyers, financial analysts, and even political advisors. Imagine a system that not only knows everything available on the internet, but can also negotiate, analyze human behavior, respond to emotions, draw conclusions in real time, and at the same time does not get tired, does not require a salary in the traditional sense, and does not make human mistakes. According to preliminary data leaking into the media, Google's robot may have a number of characteristics that make it truly unique. First, it is integration with the company's cloud infrastructure, including Google Cloud, which will allow it to access virtually unlimited computing resources. This means that, unlike a human who is limited by their brain, the robot will be able to process massive datasets in real time, analyze millions of scenarios, and make decisions based on global information. Second, sources speak of deep integration with computer vision and speech analysis systems. The robot will be able to recognize faces, emotions, microexpressions, tone of voice, conversational context, and even hidden intentions of the interlocutor. This makes it an ideal tool for work in sales, negotiations, and customer service. Imagine a consultant who instantly understands exactly what you want to buy, what doubts you have, and how to persuade you, and does so with a level of precision unattainable for a human. The third key feature is the ability to learn in real time. Unlike traditional models that are updated periodically, this robot will be able to adapt directly in the course of its work. Every conversation, every situation, every interaction will improve its algorithms. This creates an effect of exponential growth of intelligence, where the system becomes smarter literally with each passing day. The economic impact of deploying such robots could be enormous. According to analysts, one such robot could replace from 3 to 7 mid-level employees depending on the field. Considering that the average salary of an office worker in developed countries ranges from $40,000 to $80,000 per year, a company implementing such systems could save hundreds of thousands of dollars annually per robot. With mass deployment, this turns into billions of dollars in savings. As for the cost of the robot itself, the data varies. Some sources mention a price in the range of $50,000 to $70,000 per unit at launch, while others claim that Google may use a subscription model where companies will pay monthly for access to robots, similar to how they currently pay for cloud services. This could radically change the market, making the technology accessible even for mid-sized businesses. However, along with the opportunities come serious risks. The main one is mass job displacement. According to estimates from some research centers, the deployment of humanoid AI robots could lead to a reduction of up to 20 to 30% of office professions over the next 10 to 15 years. This creates a threat of social instability, especially in countries where the economy heavily depends on the service sector. In addition, the issue of trust arises. Is society ready to accept a robot in the role of consultant, advisor, or even a representative of authority? On the one hand, machines can be more objective and less prone to corruption. On the other, who will control their decisions? Who will be responsible for mistakes? And most importantly, can a system be trusted if it is controlled by algorithms created by a private corporation? Interestingly, within Google itself, according to rumors, active discussions are underway on this topic. Some employees express concern that the company may be moving too quickly in this direction without considering long-term consequences. However, the leadership apparently is determined. According to insiders, the project is already at the prototype stage, and the first public demonstrations may take place within the next 12 to 24 months. If these timelines are confirmed, the world may face one of the largest technological transformations in history. This will not just be a new product, but a new category of entities, machines that think like humans but are not human. And the question is no longer whether they will appear, but how quickly they will change our lives. And perhaps the most important point is that the race is only beginning. If Google indeed enters the market with such a product, it will force competitors to accelerate. OpenAI, Tesla, Chinese technology giants, all of them are already working on their own versions of the future. And in this race, the winner will not be the one with the most powerful AI, but the one who is first able to give it a body. But, as analysts from MIT Technology Review note, the most unexpected effect may appear not immediately, but several years after launch. When such robots begin to accumulate vast amounts of real-world experience, live conversations, negotiations, conflicts, mistakes, and decisions, they will effectively form a new type of intelligence that will no longer simply imitate humans, but will begin to surpass them in understanding social processes. This means that over time, such systems will be able not just to work instead of people, but to manage processes, optimize companies, influence markets, and even predict the behavior of entire societies. And if today this sounds like futurism, then within Google itself, according to insiders, such scenarios are already being considered entirely real. That is why the launch of such a robot could become not just a technological event, but a turning point after which the boundary between humans and machines will begin to blur completely. And the question of who makes decisions will become the most important question of the new decade.